Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Mandy with Homegrown Learning and Living. Today I am going to be doing a course review over a course that I took for bookkeeping called Bookkeeper Training School with the professor and CPA Kristen Ingram. So this is kind of one of a part series where I'm going to be doing different reviews on courses that I've taken. I will make sure there's a link or a link to the video that I did about 5 years ago on my review for medical transcriptioning that I did with CareerStep. And this will be kind of a similar review as I completed the bookkeeper training school and I got my QuickBooks online certification. And yeah, so let's jump into it. I have some notes and I want to first kind of tell you guys my story. So I started bookkeeper training school September of 2021 while I was pregnant with my third. So while I was pregnant, I also had an almost 2-year-old and an almost 4-year-old, and I was pregnant with my third. And then the third was born on October of 2021. And so, of course, I had some uncertainties and thoughts of, when am I going to be able to do this? My time is already going to be stretched. So anyways, then I got my first client signed in February of 2022. So that was 5 months from starting the school to actually obtaining my first client. And the amount that I got from my first client paid for the school plus a lot more. I don't want to say numbers because that's kind of juju and nobody likes that. But anyways, it was a catch-up job for an entire year plus several months, and they became an ongoing client, and they're a client that I still have today. So, and they're just a wonderful client. I love them very much. So anyways, I got my first client February of 2022. And I did that with having a newborn and the 2 other kids with really no help at that time. And let's see, the first client, yes. After this client, I was able to get 3 more clients that trickled in that were regular clients. And for the first time in 5 years of me attempting to make money from home, I was finally making money from home, and it felt really good. So that's just kind of the backstory there, and I also just want to talk about the school itself and some things that you can consider. So in the bookkeeper training school course, we are taught the basics of bookkeeping. It starts out with, what's a bookkeeper? Why do people need bookkeepers? What's the difference between a bookkeeper and a CPA? And things like that. We are taught how to get our business set up legally, which is extremely important. And unfortunately, a lot of businesses do that wrong. In fact, once you're a bookkeeper, you can help them set up their businesses as well, especially in QuickBooks. We'll get to that later. Next, we go through QuickBooks, which QuickBooks has a very good learning program and courses that are free for you. So you just go to QuickBooks and set up a QuickBooks accountant's account, and it is a free account. And then you're able to access the courses and go through and get your QuickBooks certification for free. It's really cool. So in the bookkeeper training school, we do that. We go through the certification process with QuickBooks. Yes, and it all ties together hand in hand. Then we learn how to market ourselves, which is extremely important to consider because it's not just about learning how to bookkeep. You have to learn how to get yourself out there and sell your services to people. I grew up, my mom is an accountant, but I didn't do a whole lot of bookkeeping. I helped her organize receipts. So I still really didn't have any bookkeeping experience when I started the school. There's a huge range of people that start bookkeeper training school, some that have had office experience and some have had none. But anyways, I have seen people who do their own books throughout the year, and it's really, really messy. And it just gets them into a big headache every year. So anyways, we have marketing calls here with the Bookkeeper Training School, and there's excellent ideas between the professor, Kristen, who is just a wonderful wealth of information and ideas and always has a way. I love talking to her because she always has a solution. She's a solutions person. And plus all of the people in Bookkeeper Training School hearing what they've done too. Anyways, there's lots of marketing tips. And and here's my little pen here that I have for my bookkeeping business. But just lots of different ideas there. In the marketing portion, we talk about finding your niche, which sometimes you might have to dabble with different businesses to find out your niche. I thought my niche was going to be construction workers who were really busy and never able to have time in the office. But then that wasn't my niche, actually. My niche ended up being something completely different. So anyways, you might have to dabble a little bit, but the sooner you can find a niche, the better, because each business type has different software that you need to use or different payment structures, different processes and things like that. So the faster you can find a niche, the better. Also, how to communicate with the business owners, because business owners get bombarded by people all the time, and so they just constantly feel attacked. So being able to talk to people in the right time is important. And how to get people on that discovery call, and then what to say while you're on the discovery call. My rule of thumb is to let them talk and for me to not talk. That's just my rule of thumb. I get myself into a deep hole sometimes. Okay, so once you've completed Bookkeeper Training School and the QuickBooks certification, you will be on an email list that gets notifications when a business owner is looking for a bookkeeper. So Kristen has a really good website, a bookkeeping website where people can easily find it and then request bookkeeper help or request professional help. Anyways, once they fill out that form where they're requesting help from a bookkeeper, then we get that information sent over to our emails, if we're qualified for that. And also, you're able to set up a QuickBooks Online profile, which is super helpful. I've had lots of people contact me through my QuickBooks profile. In order to have a QuickBooks profile, you have to be certified. You have to be QuickBooks certified. So, and it takes time to get certified. It's at your own pace. Some people go through it really quickly and some people don't. It took me several tries to pass, but I stuck with it and I passed. So let's see. So Kristen, I think one of the things, I just want to talk about her for just a second because she is the professor, she's a CPA, and the course leader of Bookkeeper Training School. She is a mom and she is a very down-to-earth person. Like I already mentioned, she's a solutions person. She always makes you feel better. You might feel super stressed out about something, and you talk to her, and then as soon as you're done talking to her, you just feel like that stress was lifted off of you because she knows what she's talking about and she's been through it before and she knows how to help. She knows how to help us. She's been doing this for a very long time. And yes, I have only great things to say about her. She does weekly Q&A with all the students on Zoom. you're able to submit your questions ahead of time or submit your questions the day of. But she goes through all of the Q&A, and that's always super helpful. And then you can watch the replays for the Q&A also. And then she does office hours, which is a weekly thing where you can come and share your screen with her, and she will help you with whatever problem you have. And that is immensely helpful, because let me tell you, my first client, I was so stressed out. I had no idea what I was doing. I am already the type of person where I'm going to jump in and do the thing. And I hear people say all the time, you just got to start. You just got to jump in and do the thing. Well, that advice is so good for people who hesitate. I don't hesitate. I already am like that. Well, I jumped in. My first client owned 2 businesses and was behind for the year and a half or so. And I was trying to use apps because that's what I was told you're supposed to do. I mean, not by Kristen necessarily, but that was just like, people were like, you need to use apps. It makes things easier, makes things quicker, blah, blah, blah. Well, these apps totally screwed things up, or something happened, and I was just so stressed out. If it hadn't have been for Kristen and the office hours calls, I would have had to refund the client and probably help her find a better bookkeeper, and then go cry for the rest of my life, because that's just where I felt like I was. I was just so stressed out. And thankfully there was the office hours for Kristen to help, because it is very overwhelming every now and then. It is. I'm not going to lie there. It can be very stressful. But then there's a community there to help you and guide you. So anyway, stress, and then people help you with your stress. So there's the Facebook community too, which is such a great Facebook group, and I've never seen such a group that has more loving, caring, helpful, supportive people in it. Also, huge amount of mindset goes into how Kristen approaches Bookkeeper Training School. And also there's a book club with all the different people who are in Bookkeeper Training School. Different books have been read. Sometimes it's financial type books, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like mindset or self-help, or I'm not sure if there's ever been a novel, but anyways, a lot of them are excellent book choices. So now I'm just going to move into some frequently asked questions. I have not prepared my answers for these questions, so I'm just going to read the questions and then continue. Is it worth it to become a certified bookkeeper? Yes, because so like I said, my first client paid for my entire course plus a huge amount more, plus they were a monthly client, and not everybody's first client is going to be like that. I might have gotten really lucky. I don't know. Yes, I did get lucky because I really like her personality and we get along really well. So I did get lucky. But either way, is it worth it to become a certified bookkeeper? I would definitely say yes. This is a great work at home, honest, real job. Like it's a real job. You're doing real things for people, for businesses, and yeah, and you do it virtually, so you can be working with people who are out of state. Is there a need for bookkeepers? Well, I would say so, because as a bookkeeper, I have seen how easy it is to screw up the books. And when you screw something up and you don't fix the original problem and you kind of just band-aid it, what you do is you create a domino effect of, I'm sorry, I'm whispering. I have a baby asleep. So you create a domino effect of problems. A domino effect of problems, and then you have to backtrack, and it takes a lot of research and a lot of time. And yeah, there's definitely a need for bookkeepers as long as there are business owners. Business owners need bookkeepers because they're out there screwing up their books, possibly not every time. But yeah, there's a need for bookkeepers. And I know it seems like after COVID, there's been a lot of people starting their own business. Um, so yeah, as long people are starting businesses, people are business owners, you have tons of niche opportunities to think about. Here I live in Washington State, and my niche has been coffee shops. And anybody who has come through Washington State knows that there are coffee shops at every little corner and every little parking lot. And it's the coolest thing ever because I love coffee. You just pull in and talk to people, and there you go. Okay, moving on. What is the best way to learn bookkeeping? What is the best way to learn bookkeeping? Well, first of all, going through the course, going through the QuickBooks Online free course, even if you don't want to pay for a bookkeeping course, definitely at least start with the free QuickBooks Online course and get QuickBooks certified. Once you do that, then find a client and just start doing it, because it was doing the job that made me learn it the most, of course. So doing the job is how you learn it best. Does bookkeeping involve a lot of math? No, not as much as you would actually think. So, it really doesn't. And the software QuickBooks does the math for you. So it really doesn't. I am not a math person. I don't like math. I'm not very good at it. I think what you need to do is understand like what the line items mean on the reports, so that you can help your business owner see like where their money is going and why it looks like they profited X amount, but they only have X amount in their bank, and just being able to explain the numbers, but not necessarily needing to know the math of it, if that makes sense. Can I make 100,000 a year as a bookkeeper? Well, it depends on how much time you have. So it depends on how much time you have. With my clients right now, so I narrowed mine down. Actually, I only have 2 clients. I used to have 5. But I'm happy with what I have right now. And I spend about 3 hours a month. Um, I know I know that there are people out there who make 10,000 a month bookkeeping. I know that there are, and I know that you can. No doubt, because some people are paying 3, 4, 500 a month for their bookkeeping, and it really depends on the business as to how much they would pay for their bookkeeper, how many transactions are coming in and out. There's a lot of variables. Okay, so just saying, can I make 100,000 a year? Well, it depends, because how much time do you have? How much time are you planning on prospecting for clients? How much time do you have on working the actual books of the clients, etc.? So yes, there are people who make 100,000 a year bookkeeping. No doubt about it. But for you individually, personally, I don't know. It depends. I probably would not make 100,000 a year bookkeeping. Okay, I'll be out in just a minute. Okay. I probably would not make 100,000 a year bookkeeping because I don't have the time that it would take. Brooklyn, I will be out in a minute, okay? Okay. Thank you. Okay. The next question is bookkeeping stressful? Well, yes. I thought so, and maybe some people don't think so. So I guess that kind of depends too. I get very stressed out. So stressful for me. but having the community and the office hours and Kristen made it less stressful. But I mean, there was still very stressful times with it. Yeah, no doubt. You have to learn how to live with stress. You can't just live in fear, and you can't just live in your comfort zone. You're not ever going to grow as a human or mentally if you don't step out of your comfort zone. So there's a lot of great mindset stuff with this Facebook group and with Kristen and the program, because she helps us break through our limiting beliefs and helps us get to our core and our why. And it's more than just like a bookkeeping course, you know. How many hours are spent with bookkeeping business? Okay, well, see, and that depends too. With mine, like I said, I only spend a few hours a month because I have monthly clients and I'm not prospecting. If I was prospecting, then I would probably be spending more, like at least 4 hours a week, and trying to get out to maybe some community events, even though you don't have to do those things. But I mean, personally, I would like to do that. Um, but I think an average of 1 hour per client is like about average. So you think about it, and some take more. I have a client that takes more, like 2 or 3 hours, because she writes a lot of checks and she has multiple locations for her business, and so that's why that one takes a while. I hope that this video and this review was helpful. I know for myself, I have spent an extensive amount of time trying to find the right thing that works for me so I can work at home and make money with my kids at home as a homeschooling mom as well. And I know I'm not alone, and I know that there's a lot of people out there. And this bookkeeping business has been the only thing that has actually made good money from home. And I think for me, I wish that I enjoyed it. And there are a lot of people that do. I do not enjoy bookkeeping. And it's tempting for me to do it anyways, even though I don't like it, because it is good money, good stay-at-home work money. But anyways, I am going to be posting some other reviews that from courses that I've done, including Rank and Rent, which is also known as digital real estate, where you build websites, you load it with SEO, you get it to the top of Google, you get the business leads coming in, and then you rent the website out. So I have the review on that course coming up. And I also have reviews for other courses that I've taken coming up. I'm posting this one first. This is the bookkeeping one first, aside from the medical transcription course that I took 5 years ago or so. Because this is the best one, the best work at home, reliable, honest, excellent way to make money from home. It is a great career. And eventually, I mean, you can build it and build it and build it and start outsourcing things out too, if you're thinking really big. Anyway, my little guy is waking up. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you're interested in my homeschooling podcast drops every Wednesday at 9 a.m. And I'm interviewing all kinds of moms and dads and past and present homeschooling families. So be sure to tune in there. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.